What's going on, guys? Welcome to another live session with your boy Phrankleen. If you're watching this back, thank you for stopping by. So, story time. Here's another episode. I'm gonna deal with email. What's going on? If you've just joined, say hello. If you can see me, say hello. What's up, Eric, Rosemary? Hi, Anne. Good evening. Good evening. Fixio the Great. Yeah, for I don't even know if I pronounce it. Is that your real name? Anyway, I'll ask you when I see you. Stephen O, Faye Jones. Thank you for joining. So, we're gonna talk about 5 ways to deal with, a selfish partner. Okay, so this is intertwined with, story time. So one of the emails that I got, I'm gonna read out the email and then, what's up, Kelly? You Tomes. So this person who's gonna be anonymous, okay? In Key, is it Nikki or in Key London? Hey, Ibrahim, how you doing, bro? Right. Anyway, so the email I got this couple of days ago, so I'm gonna read it out to you guys, and then we talk about the bullet. Okay, Franklin, hope you're doing well. I've been watching you for a while. Actually, my boyfriend introduced me to your channel, and I've been watching ever since. I would like your advice on what has been happening in my relationship for a while now, and I'd like to remain anonymous if possible. Of course, if you send me an email, look in the description below. You will definitely, be made anonymous. I'm not gonna put your name out. Come on, man. That's the least I can do. Right. The issue of money in relationships. I don't know if you have addressed this in your previous videos. Well, occasionally, I believe in a few videos I've talked about money and how it's important, how it plays a major role in relationships and stuff like that. Um, right. Anyway, please. But if not, can you please advise me on what to do? I've been dating a guy for a year now. Everything is going well. Everything's going well. I mean, we have a couple of fights, frictions now and then, and we settle it just like everyone else. However, there is these particular issue that we cannot come to terms with whenever it happens. I would like you, as man, to please help me understand. When it comes to the issue of money, he is usually not proactive. We live together and we share the bills and grocery shopping. But when it comes to some emergency, where am I? Hang on. I think my glasses is it's playing games with me tonight, man. Honestly, I've just jumped on. Right, okay. We live together, we share the bills and grocery shopping, but when it comes to emergency or he sees that I'm in need of money, he usually says nothing, even after I ask him. I've confronted him about it, and every time he has different excuses like my salary is small, I'm saving for the unknown and all, and even to bring out money to buy some things in the house. When they finish, he complains he doesn't have, or that he has reached his limit for the month, and next day you will see him buying things for himself. Hmm. Okay. I'm the kind of person that sees money as something that will come and go. What do you mean by something that will come and go? That probably defines you a little bit. I see money as something that will come and go. Nah. Anyway, let me finish. So if he needs money, I usually give it to him without him even justifying his reasons for needing it. However, on his side reverses the case. I'm really worried about this because we're talking about settling down and his behavior is really bothering me. I'm even worried that if it happens that I will not be able to support myself financially and hope or rely on him at some point, that he might disappoint me. Is this a red flag or am I being paranoid? I know you have lots of emails to attend to, but I hope you read this and save a life. Thank you so much for your time and keep up the good works. Kind regards. So, There you go. Oh, Liz, relax, okay, and let me get to work. Well, that's it. I hope you get the background into, what the story is. So I've got, 5 bullet points here. So in a nutshell, if you've just joined, the lady talked about, being with a partner. She loves him, blah blah blah. She's looking to settle down with him, but she has concerns that he doesn't let go, and then he's always she believes, and mind you, this is based on the email. She believes he's always making excuses and stuff like that. So this pretty much sent me to my drawing board, and I said, rather than me just rambling on or just talking generically, why don't I have like bullet points that can hopefully help? So um if you're in a relationship, rule number one, and this is my own take, this is advice, you don't have to take it. Rule number one: relationship is about compromise, you know, but you should also be aware that it's usually an amalgamation of two people with completely different personalities, completely different habits, completely different beliefs, completely different behavioral pattern, completely different sense of humor, and the list goes on. So, which is why, sometimes people just part ways and they say, oh, due to irreconcilable differences, because sometimes, we're just completely different people and we just can't find a common ground. But back to the topic at hand. Number one, if you genuinely are concerned about the other partner being selfish, you need to stop justifying the behavior, or don't justify the behavior. Justifying the behavior in the sense that if you've spotted something and you can blatantly see that, oh, this is not like a one-off thing. There is a pattern here. So rather than maybe gloss over it or run into your shell and not say anything, I think it's best for you to identify those issues and don't justify them, because justification or looking in the other direction might basically leads to a build-up of problems that would end up imploding or exploding down the line. Don't justify it. Okay, identify them, compile the problems, and of course, there comes a time when you'll have to, sit with the person and talk about that. Identify them. A lot of people might identify that, okay, this person is selfish. Okay, and can I just be clear? Just because you want something to go your way doesn't necessarily mean the person is selfish. Let's be careful what we call selfish. Sometimes some people are very selfish themselves. And then, so just because, for example, a partner, he's gone out a whole day, this is his meal, he's very hungry. Maybe he's even asked you about, would you like a bowl of Chinese takeaway? You said no. Should I get you something else? You said no. Is there anything else you'd like to eat? You've said no. So then he came home and he sat in front of the TV after a long day at work and he's trying to enjoy a bowl of his Chinese takeaway. And then you want to have a couple of spoons. And then he says, no, I am very hungry. I want to enjoy my food. And then it could work both ways, please, because of the naysayers. They might think this is aimed at women. This is aimed at men and women, okay? So even if I say she or he, I'm not, this is not gender specific, okay? So what I'm saying here in essence is, because that partner now says no, some people might take that, get offended, and then say, oh, he or she is selfish. They're not willing to share. No, that's not selfishness. I'm just bloody hungry. I just want to enjoy my bowl of food. And so if it's someone you genuinely love and you've been with and you proclaim your love for me, that's just my bowl of food. There is no, there isn't any complexity. It become pamini. I'm hungry. I've had a long day. And I asked you, should I get you something? You declined 2, 3 times. But then your eyes are about to fall out of your socket when you saw my own plate of food. And sometimes, you might compromise and say, okay, come take a bite. And then, but today, I'm starving. And I just say, no, babe, I just want to eat my food. And then you call that selfishness. That's not selfishness. That's not selfishness. Okay. So moving along. Stop justifying the behavior. Okay, that's just an example. And point number two: communicate, discuss how the behavior makes you feel. Face the fact. Face the fact. I always say communication is a major cog in the relationship engine, right? Um, gosh. So now there's a difference between oh, it's just one spoon. You know what? Whatever floats your boat. Like I said earlier, you didn't listen to me. I digress. I go back to that point. You might just, for example, females do that a lot. Babe, I just want one rib, just want one piece of chicken. Okay, cool. Okay, Bako, just sorry. That kind of thing. Yeah, that's fine. But from one spoon, yeah, can I have few more spoons? No, I'm starving. But what I said is that doesn't mean that person is selfish. Back to the point. Communication, okay? Communication is crucial. So you have a problem with a selfish partner, sit them down. Communication shouldn't lead to being confrontational. Don't be confrontational. Don't be aggressive about it. Sit them down and let them hear it. Okay, tell them your mind. Tell them how you feel. Tell them the scenarios. Give them the examples. Especially if it's about money and stuff like that. And the third one, establish some conditions. Right? Establish some conditions. I'm talking about money now. When I say conditions, I'm not asking you to talk to your partner like a dictator, because sometimes there's a thin line between communicating effectively, letting your partner know exactly how you feel, and you've identified that they're selfish, they're not catering to your feelings, or they're not compromising, there's a difference between that and being acting like a dictator and basically saying, oh, you must do this and stuff. This is where problems start in relationships, and they usually end up acrimoniously. It leads to, has a ripple effect, and then it leads to major problems, and then the person might just be like, I don't bloody care, man, don't tell me what to do about my finances or blah blah blah, and then that gives birth to several other problems, and then layers of problems and complexity, and then it might just eventually sabotage the entirety of the relationship. And number four, this is important. This is important. Put yourself first. Um, Now, the reason I'm saying put yourself first is if you're dealing with a selfish partner, because these things are common in relationships. If you're dealing with a selfish partner, and if you are the type that you give your 100%, you like giving your 100%, and a selfish partner just keeps taking, they give this much, or they hardly give, but you just give everything. So what happens is, what you will find is you end up being emotionally bruised, emotionally shattered. You always feel used and drained. So the same thing with your finance. You get your own salary. You pay the bills. You want to eat out. Oh, don't worry about it. I'll pay for it. You want to go on a trip. I'll pay for it. The other partner just lean back with their own money. They don't spend. It's the same thing. You might even be married, husband and wife. Maybe you're the missus. You like to splurge. You like to spend. And your husband is a tight letter BASTARD. And what happens is when you throw your own resources out all the time, you're going to have less and less and next to nothing. And the other partner keeps their own money and they use their own resources to do whatever they want for themselves. These things are the major causes of a lot of problems in relationships. Facts. So put yourself first. As soon as you identify a selfish partner, it's a no-brainer. And the last one. So before I talk about the last one is bullet point number 5 is, I go back to what I said earlier about communication. It's very important that you communicate. And when I say communication, I'm not talking about throwing teenage tantrums and crying, and because there is something you need to bear in mind. You are more than likely two adults. This is why I said at the start of this video, right? You are set in your ways. You have your habits. You are who you are. Your partner is who she is or who he is. So, what I'm saying is, unfortunately, you don't have the ability to change anybody. You see, if I come into a relationship as a filthy person, as somebody who is non-hygienic, as somebody who doesn't bother with, cleaning up after myself, unfortunately, that's who I am. You would soon realize that you are going to moan from now till you are 80 or 90, and that person would never change. I'm sure some of you watching this would know what I'm saying. If you have a partner who just walked through the door, they like to put their shoes anywhere, their dirty socks anywhere. That's the basket for the dirty clothes. They would never put their clothing in there. You've seen them. That's who they are. This is why I said before, if you meet a partner who likes to drink, you might be that person who doesn't consume alcohol, but you realize they're always binge drinking. Why do you end up marrying that person? Oh, because the dude has, genitals the size of a horse's genitals, right? You enjoy when he's ramming it in. Okay, so you think, I mean, if I lose you, what don't you? So when I get into the relationship, I will change him. You played yourself, man. You played yourself because you see, all that massive genital that caught your attention will soon fade out in that relationship because you're pretty much playing checkers with your happiness. Okay, so bullet point number 5. If everything else has failed, if you've identified the problems, you've communicated effectively, you've sat with them, you've him or her, you've tried to reason with them, just walk away. I hate to break it to you, walk away. Because what people tend to do in relationships is people play checkers with their happiness. And I've said it before in a previous video, one of the earlier episodes of Say It Like It Is, right? You are pretty much in charge of your own happiness. You understand me? So walk away. Look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you. If we want to start, you see, when people are married, okay, I know some people are going to watch and say, oh, look at this guy, man. It's very easy to say walk away. Okay, let me put it to you this way. I get it. You're married, you probably got kids. It's very complex. It's not very easy to just take your kids. Maybe you're a woman. I'm making an example now. So just walk away, right? But what you also got to understand, I understand it's not easy to walk away, but this is what I'm trying to say. It's the same way women that got slapped about or men that are facing domestic violence in a relationship. Oh, go easy, like to walk away. I can't walk away. But check this though. There is no in between. There is no gray area. So if you're not happy, if you're dealing with somebody who is selfish, they're not compromising, they're not putting your feelings into consideration, they don't care about the impact of their actions towards you. So, okay, you choose to remain. Okay? So don't complain because the same thing is gonna keep on playing out. It's as simple as that. It's like you're a woman, you're in a relationship, you have a man that's beating the crap out of you, and then you're telling me it's not easy to walk away like that. Okay, okay, but you have a man that's beating the crap out of you, but it's not easy to walk away. So you are in charge of your own entrapment. Oh, simple as that. So it's not really the onus is really not on me to prove to you how easy it is. Walk away. And another thing in our black community, some of us are raised with these ugly values. You remain in toxicity, you claim that it's because of the children. You played yourself, B. Whether you're a man or a woman watching me, you played yourself. You are gambling with your life. You know what? When the children hit 18, when they grow beard like me. They become grown women. And then when you are battered, you are old and gray, and then you tell them, "Oh, I remained with your father, or I remained with your mother, who was sleeping about because of yada yada yada, because of you." They're gonna say to you, "Mom, Dad, but you could have walked away. You could have still loved us from the distance, or we could have come and lived with you. You could have been that lovely mother. You could have walked away." So we can't keep saying, "Oh, it's not easy to walk away." I understand. Another thing is, some people are trapped in relationships mainly because of finance. mainly because they haven't got the resource to go start afresh. So it's one of the main reasons why some people are trapped. Because I've spoken to people who would say they would love to leave now, but they are broke. The other guy doesn't even have money that can take off him or her or whatever to go settle down. So they're stuck. So there's so many other factors. But that's it. That ends my, the 5 bullet points. Don't play checkers with your feelings. A selfish partner means they're not going to be exactly financially committed with you to be able to build wealth, build projects, and do important things with your life and time together. They would always cater for themselves. A selfish person will always justify their selfishness. So a partner that can conveniently say, "Oh, I haven't got money. I'm broke. I haven't got a dime," and then the next day he's buying a pair of trainers for £60. On the next day he's buying this, and he just told you last night. Look to you and say, "Oh, I'm broke." I'm the type of dude. I'd rather say, "Oh, you're asking me for £100. Right, okay. I've got 90 quid on me. I'm £90 on me. I'm gonna buy a pair of trainers tomorrow because I need them and stuff. So let me see what happens in a couple of weeks if I get my hands on money. If it's not an emergency, something you need right now. So if I wake up tomorrow morning and I get dressed and I go to the shops to go buy trainers, I don't have to slide through the door, hiding box of trainers or tippy-toeing or lying or leaving the trainers in the car outside so that you don't see it. I don't live that type of lifestyle. But that means that person, male or female, doesn't want you to have access to their money. I mean, don't really want to be financially committed because you know what's interesting? You want to know what's interesting? There are so many people in relationships who leave they individualize themselves in relationships. Yes, in the front end, people, the third parties might see you as, oh, you are married, or you are seeing this person, or you're the guy or the woman in a relationship. But usually people are in relationships and they're living as individuals. So some people don't even understand the concept of amalgamating with the other party, and Frank, please come on Dynast channel, search for Uhuru live stream. Your intake there will go a long way. Okay, okay. I'll have a look later on. So that's my take on things. It's your boy Phrankleen. If you want to support my channel, you can support through PayPal donation. There's a link in the description. People keep asking me, and I keep answering you all the time. But where the donations at, though? I'm joking. I've also got a Patreon link, but the quickest way is a PayPal link in the description. And yeah, if you want to send me an email, you've got any topics you want me to talk about, I'll make you anonymous. I'm always looking out for your emails. Look in the description and you see my email. Yeah, it's your boy Phrankleen. Thank you for your love. I think once again I've managed to effectively complete a self-imposed obligation in yet another wonderful episode. And yeah, if you haven't liked my video, show your love, man. And follow me on Instagram at Phrankleen, the same name as the name of this channel. And I'll definitely catch you in the next episode. Peace and love. Bye now.